Hi and welcome back, everybody. Today I want to talk about why the credibility of a leader of a country is so important and what we can learn from history. So today I want to talk about Stalin and the Russian-Finnish War. So this is not a praise of Stalin. We all know what he did. He's a vicious, murderous dictator and so on. But he's actually a more complex historical figure than he's depicted in today's simplistic way, the way he thought about different things, the way he did different things, and so on. One of the philosophies that Stalin had was that small countries aren't truly independent and that bigger and stronger countries will always take advantage, use, and abuse smaller countries for their own gains. So at the end of the 30s, so before the Second World War and during the Second World War when it started, Germany emerged as a superpower in Europe and Finland was a small country bordering Soviet Russia. The problems for the Soviets and for Stalin regarding Finland was that the Finnish-Soviet border was approximately 20 kilometers away from St. Petersburg, which was the second largest city inside of the Soviet Union. And by that, Stalin thought that Finland will be used by Germany to make a two-pronged attack inside of Soviet Russia, and that St. Petersburg could fall in 1 or 2 days if an attack from Finland comes. He wanted to negotiate with the Finns that the Finns give up, I think, approximately 50 kilometers of their territory so that the border would be moved more to the north, so that the Soviets can more easily defend St. Petersburg if the Finns decide to attack. And he wanted actually to trade territory, so he didn't want just the Finns to give up some territory. The territory we're talking about is called Karelia. I'm sorry for all the Finnish people who are watching. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly. But he wanted to give up some Soviet territory, which was in land mass, I think 2 or 3 times larger for that small portion of Finnish territory. And because of Stalin's reputation, because it was already known what he did inside of Russia and outside of Russia, like the persecution, the gulags, the executions, the treatment of the enemy of the people. Some world leaders also use that term today. The Finns knew what he did inside of Russia and they knew how he played his game in international politics, coverting, lying, cheating, stealing from smaller countries. So they actually didn't trust him because of his reputation. He would always send some political appointees, diplomats and so on. So he would never go in person. But it was totally different with Finland. Because the thing is, he was genuine in his request to Finland. There was no secret plan to, attack Finland and anything. He was literally concerned of the safety of St. Petersburg. Okay, so he went personally to negotiate with the Finns 3 times, which he never did before. So the first time he went, he said something like, yeah, maybe you can give us 50 kilometers of your territory and maybe some islands. We will give you that. And the Finns were, because of his reputation, very suspicious. Of course, who wouldn't be? It's Stalin. We all know what he did, how he plays his game. And they were like, no, that's a secret plan. You want to invade us if we give up our border territory that was defended and so on. And they said no. In the second term, Stalin was like, okay, maybe not 50 kilometers, maybe not those 5 islands, but maybe just those 2 islands. And 40 kilometers, 30 kilometers, the Finns were even more suspicious. Although from his side it was really genuine. They also said no to that plan. At the third meeting, he said, okay, not 30, no island, just give me, 10, 20 kilometers and we're fine. I'm still gonna give you that huge territory. And the Finns said no. And because of that, Stalin decided to wage war against the Finns. In the end, the Soviets lost a ton of soldiers, a ton of tanks. The Finns fought bravely. There's a cool tactic that the Finns used. It was called motti, and also the Finnish sissu. But okay, that's not what we're talking about. The Soviets invaded Finland and they took by force the territory, and of course they didn't give any territory to the Finns after that, because in the end they won the war. So the moral of the story is that Stalin, before the negotiations, had already built his reputation as an untrustworthy guy in international spheres, who's lying, who's cheating his way through politics and through power and so on. And that resulted that even when he was genuine in his request, people couldn't trust him. And it actually resulted in a bloody war. So I think that there are a lot of politicians, some more, some less, that could learn some things from that story. So yeah, see ya.